In the wake of the great hyperspace disaster and the heroism of the Jedi, the Republic continues to grow, bringing more worlds together under a single unified banner. Under the leadership of Chancellor Lina So, the spirit of unity extends throughout the galaxy, with the Jedi and the newly established Starlight Beacon stationed at the vanguard. In celebration, the Chancellor plans the Republic Fair, a showcase of the possibilities and the peace of the expanding Republic, a peace the Jedi hope to foster. Stellan Gios, Bel Zettifar, Elzar Mann, and others join the event as ambassadors of harmony. But as the eyes of the galaxy turn towards the fair, so too does the fury of the Nihil. Their leader, Markian Row, is intent on destroying this unity. His storm descends on the pageantry of the celebration, sowing chaos and exacting revenge. As the Jedi struggle to curb the carnage of the rampaging Nihil, they come face to face with the true fear their enemy plans to unleash the galaxy. The kind of fear from which even the Force cannot shield them. After such a long break in between Light of the Jedi and this, I found it hard to keep track of all the characters when starting the book, especially with the chapters jumping between multiple storylines. But by the time the action picked up, I was familiar enough with every person to be able to focus on the story. The shorter chapters made the book an easy read since I didn't have to worry about having to stop in the middle of a long chapter, and the chapters always seemed to stop at the perfect moment. While the book's first act leading up to the Republic Fair is fairly slow, it had enough action and character development to keep me entertained until the story became much darker and thrilling. In my opinion, this book did a fantastic job of showing the golden age of the Republic without constantly saying it. Especially when the Republic Fair was described, it felt like all was good in the galaxy even though I knew what was coming. The line, "We are all the Republic," was still used, but not as extensively as in Light of the Jedi, which I found annoying in that book. Although Avar Kriss doesn't make an appearance in this book, Stellan Gios and Elzar Mann step into the spotlight, and while they had little to no role in the first book, both characters truly shine, and it was exciting to read about their complex situations. Especially during the attack on the fair, I found it fascinating to get into the Jedi's head and learn more about their ideals. The Nihil have quickly become some of my favorite villains in Star Wars. Both Markian Row and Paranairta shine in this book, and the infighting between Nihil leaders was thrilling to read about. Markian's entire side quest was hard to understand at times, but his secrets made me love the character even more. The Nihil's entire philosophy makes them a compelling threat throughout the story, and while it can be hard to visualize some of them, they're written in a way that I can't help but love and fear them at the same time. Whether they turn out to be the main threat of the High Republic or not, they have definitely left their mark on the galaxy. Being the second main novel in the High Republic, The Rising Storm has a much darker tone to it, very similar to The Empire Strikes Back. The tragic attack on the Republic Fair is described in such a gut-wrenching way that it felt like I was there watching the chaos unfold. Every twist and turn left me full of emotions, and while not every scenario ends in the worst case possible, it never feels like anyone is truly safe. While the emotional ending did feel a bit rushed, it works in a way that left me shocked and dumbfounded, making me excited and wary to see how the story continues. As a person who has read every High Republic story released, I felt very rewarded throughout the book. Although it's not required to read all of the novels or comics, there were multiple characters and references that enhanced my experience and made certain scenes much easier to understand and visualize. While certain characters like Avar, Kriss, and Yoda are absent throughout the entire book, reading the comics helps me understand where they are and come to terms with their absence. This was the first book I had ever used Audible with, and it did not disappoint. The sound effects and music, while not always at the forefront, always enhanced the reading experience. However, there were a few characters' voices that made the story harder to understand, like Lena So having a gruff voice similar to some of the male characters, or Jedi Archivist or Boleyn being nearly impossible to understand without following along in the book. The Rising Storm takes the era to a darker corner of the galaxy as a new and familiar characters alike come together for a thrilling story full of emotion, earning a rating of 9 out of 10. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on social media, and comment down below what content you'd like to see in the future. As always, thank you all for watching, and remember,
the Force will be with you, always.